Hello everybody and welcome back to our Kansas Gaming. Kansas here, bringing you some more Space Engineers in the Trading Star System. Alright, before we get started, if you're new to the channel, do remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap that notification bell, leave us a nice comment below. Because guys, you know your subscriptions, your likes, you know they help this channel get to more people and make this channel ever more successful. Alright guys, I've been doing some work on the transatmospheric ship. I've moved things around. I've made some color alterations as well, made it look less like some sort of flat shaped nightmarish thing. You know, I used like the gold texture to make some things look a bit more special. I've had to change some of the thrusters around to be able to get this thing to have the lift that it requires, even at the moment, just to get off the ground. As you can see, the connection to the concrete has been severed, and it's currently in base mode, as you can probably tell by the fact that the wind turbines are actually rotating and actually doing their job and actually getting power. But as you can see, I've also made them as part of the streamlining of the ship, so you know it looks different. Behind here I've also added in 4 batteries per strut to be able to power whatever it is that we are doing and things like that. I've modified the way that this works, so you know, you've still got the magnetic plate, you've got the connector here, and also now if I emblem here. If I go into the remote block and oops, come on, let me add it. There we go. Right, so now I can turn off the auto lock. Actually, no, it's not even really a problem actually thinking about it, because then if I unlock from the connector, I can then extend the ship out. So at the moment it's suddenly gone quite the it's gone quite, what's the word I'm looking for here, shaky. It's probably because of the fact that I did remove this. I forgot to turn back on the... There we go. So basically, yeah, once we're at this point, making sure that our engines are on at this point anyways, we can then undock and then move away. And then we come back in, hopefully get roughly where we need to be. And we're docked back up. So at least we've got a way of being now able to separate from the ship and go our merry way. I've added in a few other colours to try and make things a bit more different. I've added in the remote block. I've moved the hydrogen collectors, and I think it looks good actually, having like the tubes like on the outside to, you know, sort of gives it a little bit of character. I've moved the oxygen tank, and now we've got a pair of them, so that surface is now up for grabs. Do really need to add in a few more oxygen farms somewhere, but I haven't yet figured out where I'm going to put that. I think that's going to be one of these. I'll sort it out later, jobbies. But I think today we've got to start figuring out how to add in some thrusters to go in all of the other directions, because at the moment we've only got up. Up's good to a certain degree, but we do need more. So how are we going to go about this? That's the $42 billion question. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some structural supports. And I'm going to change that connector there by the hydrogen tank into a I mean, I know they're welding up, but it's okay. Into a conveyor junction. And then, now that that's sorted out, there we go. So that's now in. So now what we can do is we can sneak in maybe a couple of straight conveyor tubes. Add in the hydrogen thruster set. And we can add in some of these nice sexy B840s on the sides. Gives it a bit of character. So some nice sideways thrust there. Right, let's toggle these blocks off, so we don't want to waste hydrogen while we can. Okay. Now what I'm thinking is also at the front do sorts of similar, because we go down and then again split it off into conveyor junctions so that we can, if needs be, we can bring things forward. If I can even speak correctly this morning. Right, we'll add 3 that way like that. And then so I had that one in while it's pointing out that way. And there we have it. So they'll be pointing out the sides just a little bit. Okay, so what are we missing from here that it's not finishing off the build? Some metal grids. And it's probably going to do the same on the front pair. Looks like I'm out of quite a few items here. Oh. So we get them planning. Oops. That's why. Still got those in there. Oops. Okay. Only added in a few components. What's going on? Right, let's add it in a few. Right, so second to last. And it jumps to desktop for no apparent reason. Okay. All components successfully added to the production queue.
Fuel low.
Hopefully I've got enough to finish this off.
Fuel critical.
I know it's impossible, but... Alright, while we're at it, let's add in a few more of these hydrogen tanks. Where is it? Let's say 4 more. Right, so should be able to stay aloft a bit longer. Okay. So why is that one still not? Finally, okay. So far we got 4, so 2 left, 2 right. So it's a good start. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's a good start. We do need to figure out a way, though, of also adding in forward, back, and up. Up's probably going to be a bit more of the challenge. However, what we could do... Oops. So if we temporarily seal that off, take that out, put in the conveyor port, yeah, I did turn that off. So we can now concentrate on this. So it's just those 2. I could have done it actually on the hydrogen tank, come to think of it. Oh, that's a point. Okay, so that's those off as well by using the build vision, which is just like holding down control when you're near to like an object like the large thruster, and scrolling up it brings up the wheel. So that's at least 2 for the down. Now basically I could do the same again. So let's do that. Add in let that do as much as it can, and then we'll take over from there. So I think it's about that anyway. Wow, we really are starting to run out of stuff. Oh, saying that though, got a load of stuff in my inventory that I need to drop off. Okay, so that's 4 in the down, 2 left, 2 right, and we've got this big one for the up, as well as these 2 and these 2. Although technically that counts as 4, I guess. Then I suppose that just really leaves. What do we do in terms of forward and reverse? Thank you for letting me do what I want. Okay. Now for this one here, we're going to need something like that. I am starting to wonder about the feed as well, whether I should. Yeah. I'm going to create a bit more of a feed network for the... Well, that's fortunate. I wasn't sure whether that's going to stay up or fall. Let's see, is that connected to anything? No, that would... So what the hell is that connected to that it doesn't fall? Okay. That's weird. Wrong take. Just for a tester. Okay. Weird. That should have, in all rights and purposes, fallen to the ground. I don't understand why it didn't. So I'm going to obviously re-add them all in, because I really don't understand what the hell is going on there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's got the engine glow that I was looking for. As you can see, the glows are gone. Right, what we got left on us? I mean, somehow we've got to armour cowl this as well, so, you know, it doesn't look so industrial. Though, do I really, really, really want it to be that bloody long? No. No, I don't. I know I've just gone through the rigmarole of building it,
Inventory
but
full.
honestly, I don't like that. It doesn't look right to me. It looks too long on the back, too heavy. Well, that just got picked up, so that's good. How did I double it? Okay. Okay, so I think that is probably going to be about as far as that goes in terms of that. So I think instead of having some sort of weird extension, I think we're just going to use actually, that's a good point. What if I do that? How far out would that be? That could actually work. Have like a pair of those sticking out. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. I think that would look a hell of a lot better than having that big like that particular thruster there. So add one there, we'll add one there, like say. Let's get rid of that a minute. Alright, from what I can see, that falls in line with the back of this big 3-engine thruster. So we'll turn that off, we'll turn that off as well. So that sort of worked out quite beautifully there. We'll add in the rest of what we were going to do. Yeah, so I'm going to change this around because I really didn't like. Yeah, just having the 3 feeds like that looks better to me. Even though we're probably never going to see it again. But then, yes. Yeah, there we go. So now all we need to do is sort out the front set. He says, stuttering like an absolute idiot. Then begs the question: how are we going to slow this thing down? Besto. Maybe something like that at the front. Was that just going to be like too much? Because we need something to slow us down at reasonable pace. I mean, after all, this is a carry-all. So yeah, let's try this. I mean, that isn't going to stick out that much. I mean, we are probably going to have to move the oxygen tanks as well. Actually, yeah, that isn't too bad because we've got the antenna sticking out, haven't we? So, oops, I forgot to turn them off. Isn't that my nice hydrogen? Those are off as well. Oh yeah. I mean, we could even work in a couple of thrusters on the side here to be able to you know, these small jobbies. Maybe like one there, on each side, just to be able to maneuver more effectively. So just got to connect those in now, which should be oh, I see. That's the connection port. So that needs to be altered. So we can then add in a conveyor junction there. Oh, wrong one. Ah. Oh no, there's not one there. Oh, bother. Because that wind turbine's now in the way. There's not another port across this side of the refinery. So that one back in. So the next nearest one is right there. Oh heavens, that's going to be a problem. Alright, let's have another look at this. We will fill this back in, of course. Oh, wrong one. Okay, how are we going to feed those two side ones? Oh, I see. Could always come off of that port there and down. Oh, why didn't I think of that beforehand? Duh. Hold on. Okay, alright. Okay, I want to do that. So before we do anything else, let's add in a corner section. Add back in our wind turbine. Cool, that is so much bigger. At some point I'm going to have to try out these two plates. Okay. Just change. No, I don't need to change the colour, because if you just do gold, it's just gold. There we go. And then none is this default texture. Okay. Right, so now we've got a feed coming down. Yeah, we'll have that way round. And then what we're going to have to do is going to use armoured blocks along here to be able to go. That then feeds that, and then we can then just use our standard corner bits to feed so it makes it look a bit more industrial as well. I mean, because that's sort of the idea, is I want it to be that way. Okay. Alright, let's start with the engines themselves. Get this sorted out first. Connection port. There we go. And then what we can do is just turn these off. Really ought to have done them in the first pass, but hey, I was distracted trying to get all this in place. Or at least that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, now phone calls are being done. Unfortunately, guys, I've got to have my phone on because I deal with so much in a day. I can't just abandon the world, if you know what I mean. Right. Excuse me. Where is it? Another way of doing all of this, actually, is we go in here, go control, go build, go here. We can actually see what's missing. And also what it's working on at any one given moment in time. So as you can see here, we've got blocks to build, so we know what is currently in the its field of view.
Energy low.
Talking of which, that's something else we need to check on. Let's just dump all that in. See what that fixes. In the meantime, let's go tank. We'll go fill those, please. Got wildlife attacking wildlife here. I've got those last few in place, so if we go to the build and repair system, as you see, nothing is now missing and everything is now built. So we've now got, the outline done. I think what we've got here is going to be something rather special. So I think the next obvious stage is trying to figure out how are we going to house all of this. I see I can't even fill in that block there, so alright, let's get some steel plate. Let's work on the underside first, because this is probably going to be the tricky part, is getting this all built, because of areas like that. So slope transition base. Well, let's see if we can find the transition base mirrored. Because that sort of works like that. So it's a good start. So transition base, okay. That doesn't quite work. Definitely not. Yeah, so we'll just go with that there. Yeah. I think I know how to work this one. We do that. Where is it? No, not that one. I know there's one I was looking at. I mean, we could do that. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Definitely not that one. Right, where is it? I know the one I'm looking for. It's sort of like a triangle, but a bulky triangle. That's the one. Light armoured half corner block. So, sort of like that. So sort of like create sort of like a bit of a jagged, if you will. And then what we can then do is we can then sort of merge it all in like that. So that then creates sort of like the support mechanism for this tail end. And then like here, just maybe merge that in like that. And it's just a case now of trying to repeat that on the other side, which is going to be fun. Right. That'll go like that. Oh yeah, that was the the slope transition base. So we want the slope transition base over here as well. Right, that's why we went like that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, trying to work this out. So it goes like that. Then that goes like that. That one like that. Okay, so what piece did I use in there? That was just the armoured tip. So and is that right? Yeah. So that's our supports on both sides done. Let's make about I actually wanted about 2,000, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Control Shift. There we go. That's what I wanted. So that so that should now start filling in and giving us the appearance that we want. Actually, that does look kind of good. Sort of looks like it supports, which is what it's meant to do. Okay. Right. Right, so we've now got this panelling coming down. It's now a case of protecting the hydrogen tank. So I could do something like that. I think we're going to have to replace that component there with a standard block. If we're going to do this. because we can then use this part here to fill in that. And again, even though it's going to look a little out of place, that's about the best we can do. Also, having the half block running underneath means that we can then have the gap. So if I run this forward, so you can see what I mean. Get the right one. Why have they got different coloration? Oh. Ah. Okay, so I've just had to colour everything in blue. So I'm going to have to now go back through everything I want in like gold and white and change it all back again. Because of the fact that I had the wrong blue all of the time. Right, so that's all of the that's that done. Whoops. Yeah, we'll do the O2 farms as well. Make them a little bit more distinctive. Okay. If there's any other parts you think I should change, let us know in the comments below. But for now, let's see, what am I doing here? Probably need to change those components into blocks to be able to like seal it all up. Yeah, I don't necessarily have to actually. I mean, it's not exactly like this thing is atmospheric and all that, is it? Sorry. Let me repeat that, sorry. It's not like it's going to be a habitable space. Okay. Oh yes, of course there's holes in there because I got rid of the batteries and The system thought I was... I didn't want the platform anymore. Right, so that does create a little paneling there, which is grand. That needs to change to a full armoured block. Because like on the other side, we are going to do that. I've got all of that in there, so don't really need to do anything there. It creates all the paneling for the underside. It's now a case of figuring out what we're doing in terms of panel work on the top. I'll tell you what, if that advert that Splitsy was doing is actually true and not some April Fool's Day thing, I'm looking forward to the fact that apparently there's going to be an option to get rid of lightning strikes doing damage. Actually, there's one which is a four-cornered. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm after. Just thinking about it. We change that to a full block and then have it come down like that. No, I'm not 100% happy with that. Doesn't look quite right. Yeah, that'll look better. Have a little bit of a janky there. And then that looks like that is supported and housed. Oops. Sorry, but that really does look out of place. I'm not sure what to do with the medical room. It just looks so out of place. But yeah, it's starting to look more like a carryall rather than a... Oh, there we go. Sun coming in, hitting that nice gold. Look at that. So it's really now just the front end I need to do something with to sort of house this new thruster array pack. I have got no idea what I'm going to do with it actually, because I mean, let's extend that forward. Obviously, which then sort of finishes off this sort of section here. Then maybe if I bring it out in this sort of fashion. Got that still pointing out there. Like that. That housing like that. Then I suppose what we could do, sort of a finishing touch, if you will, add that between there. And then yeah, that looks a lot better. And I suppose just polish it off. Oh, hold on, no, that's heavy armour. Want light. We have certain elements. Oh, actually, that's an idea. About no, won't let me do it. Bugger. Get off of there so we don't have our boots welded. No, seriously, it won't do that. It's a shame we can't put in like an arch or something in there, or something like that. Just like an entrance way in. I mean, that would be quite cool, but or maybe like one of those struts there. I don't know, but don't have that luxury. But what I am thinking of doing is maybe sort of breaking some of this up. Should we just get ourselves some interior plate for this? Take some construction as well, because I can't remember what is needed for this. But there's in one of the decorative packs they introduced pipeworks. I think if we were to have something like this, so let's get rid of a lot of this excess now. So where is it? Pipeworks. Or do we want it compartmentalised? No, just have it as one long string of it. And if we have it going down, like the length of the ship as well, in areas which are exposed, That's going to look quite nice when it's done. Right, if it gets done. Okay. So let's find out what we need. So if we go... Whoops. Fucking spell. Build and repair systems. Right, what do we need? Large steel tubes, interior plate, construction. So about 200 each. I mean, that looks good, but oh no, let's try it in the white. Oh, it's not letting me do it. I mean, it allows me to do the panels behind, but oh, that is not good. Guess we're just gonna have to leave them as is, isn't it? But we've got like all this coloration in it anyway, so I mean it sort of breaks it up a bit more. You got this pipe work that's exposed. Although we can make that probably look a bit better if we maybe replaced it with like the conveyor tubing. And the fact that you can still see some of the interior workings is quite nice as well. Sort of like adds to it a bit. Alright. Moment of truth. Yeah, does this beauty fly? Yeah, I can only get a certain amount out of this, so let's go K, go hydrogen. Make sure we get all of the thrusters within the group. So look at that. Up, left, right, we've got about the same. We've got 4.32 meganewtons. Back, front and down, we've got 10.4 maximum. Yeah, so down we've got 8.68, so yeah, we probably got way more than we need for this. Ah! Gyroscope. I forgot to add a gyroscope. Or several gyroscopes to come to that. Bugger. Can I get access to that? Yes, I can. Okay, so let's go plate. We want probably 10 of those. Alright. Well, that'd be a good start for 10 anyway. But still, while that's all being built, we can sort of crack on with the tests and see if we can actually take off. So, right, let's save game. Actually, landing gear. Oh, cool. Okay, so I have got that. So we can have auto lock, and we'll have switch lock. I think for now as well, though, we'll go through the landing gear one by one, just double check. Make sure it's all off. One more save. Okay. Alright. We are not going anywhere. At least not anywhere fast anyway. Why? Because I've added in a ton of armour and we are probably now way too heavy. Gravy! Okay, so that means I'm going to need to add in a lot more engines. Great. Just what I didn't want to do. Alright guys, well I'm going to go away. I'm going to think about this. Join me next time on Akenja's Gaming. Remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap that notification bell, leave us that nice comment below as we attempt to try and figure out a way of getting this Hulk off the ground. It's got to be possible. I just haven't figured it out yet. Alright, thanks for joining me guys. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.